And from war-torn Sudan, let us move to another conflict zone. The crisis in the DRC's mineral-rich east is worsening with each passing day. Congolese soldiers have been deserting their posts and fleeing as the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels march through the east. Amid the growing advances of the M23 in North Kivu province, the DRC army is urging soldiers who fled to rejoin their units and help prevent further territorial losses. Reports suggest that a military spokesperson for the operations in North Kivu's province, whose capital city of Goma was captured late in January, has ordered runaway soldiers around the town of Lubero to return to their posts within 12 hours. The spokesperson further called on all the soldiers to refrain from theft and other illegal acts. The Congolese army request came as terrified residents in Lubero, where clashes have continued for over 72 hours, accused the soldiers of looting in the face of the M23 advances toward the town. The residents described chaotic scenes with soldiers bursting gunfire, as well as looting shops that sell mobile phones and clothes. Meanwhile, Lubero's military administrator has said that order was restored and blamed a group of undisciplined soldiers for sowing panic in North Kivu town. Reports suggest that Ugandan troops have also been patrolling Lubero to provide security. Now, this is not the first instance of soldiers deserting their post and fleeing the country's east. In the neighboring South Kivu province, Congolese soldiers staged a disorderly retreat last week when the M23 rebels marched toward the provincial capital of Bukavu and eventually captured it. Soldiers have also fled on boats across Lake Tanganyika. This to avoid fighting the Rwanda-backed rebels, whose latest offensive has already alarmed the wider region and the international community. Now, they have begun mounting pressure on Kigali to withdraw its military support for the Tutsi-led M23 rebels. On Thursday, the United States imposed sanctions on a Rwandan government minister and a senior member of an armed group for their alleged role in the conflict. The U.S. State Department warned Kigali to end its support for the M23 at the earliest and to return to Angola-led negotiations. Now, this came just a day after the top U.S. diplomat, Marco Rubio, spoke with his Angolan counterpart about the conflict in the DRC. And now Rwanda has constantly rejected allegations from the DRC, the United Nations and Western powers that it supports the M23 with arms and troops. In a statement, Kigali called the U.S. sanctions unjustified and unfounded, adding that if sanctions could resolve the crisis, they would have been in peace in the region decades ago. Now, Kigali further said that the international community should support, not undermine, the ongoing regional efforts toward a political solution. However, Kinshasa has welcomed the U.S. sanctions on Rwanda. It is pushing for more such sanctions from the international community to force Rwanda to withdraw its troops. But the question remains, will the international community do so?
Merci beaucoup. Hi. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs. And that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.